Ooh. Got them on a camera stand now, so they're not on the table.
Very posh.
Hey.
Very posh. Very professional, David.
No point fucking about, is there, Brad?
No, no.
Hey. Welcome to another episode of Beers from the Air Raid Shelter. We thought last week was the last week, but it's not. Because, let me get my, there we go, because my top of my bald head's not in it. Because what happened were, Brendan did some tiling in the bathroom, and I stood on a seat that we thought was a seat. Is it a seat?
It's some boxing in that's been made to look like a seat, I think.
Well, I trod on it and it didn't quite appreciate my 22 or 23 stone frame, and it cracked, so we had to get you to come back, didn't we, Brad?
Yes. So here we are again.
Yeah, to repair it. So we wangled it, so you came back on a Tuesday. It could have come back any day, but came back on a Tuesday. Anyway, what's happened is Brenna's got some beers Oasis related, but what I think we'll do is we'll save them till the end.
Yep. Because
they look pretty limited edition. I've also got a bottle of cider that we can share.
Oh.
Right. I was going to review that, but I just can't be bothered to review it on my own. But what I have done is I picked up a bottle of Stella. Do you like Stella?
I don't mind it. You know, I'm not a lager drinker, but no.
Well, it's the unfiltered stuff, mate. I reviewed it when I had a perfect draft machine, and then I gave it Mitch, and I had it, and it tasted really, really good.
I've never even seen that before.
Haven't you?
No.
It's got more taste to it.
Right.
It's cloudier, and it's just a lot better. Anyway, bottle opener's there, Cocker.
Yes, sir.
We'll drink this out there, or shall we drink it out the glass? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm probably going to use a glass, to be honest.
Yeah, all right. And
just for me, with lager, it just knocks a bit of the gas out of it.
Brought up, not dragged up.
Well, I say it's just really to degas it a little bit.
Oh God, it's chin. Fucking hell. And there you go, folks. It's got a bit of it's got more cloud to it. It is unfiltered more.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yes,
Cocker, and you. What do you think to that, Bren?
That's actually all right.
It's better than Stella.
Yeah, that is actually all right.
It is quite nice. I don't dislike Stella. I think it's all right, to be fair, but it just don't do it for me. But that is pretty good. A lot of pubs should do that stuff, I think. It's just something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost as if a beer, that's how a beer should be, a lager. I mean, look, you can see it, and it's still it's cloudy, it's pouring, isn't it? All good, isn't it?
Very nice. Very nice. And what a beautiful day to be doing it, Dave.
It is. It is. It's almost as if summer's actually here, isn't it now?
Yeah.
So it's all good. Sitting there. We were sitting there last night, you know. Excuse me. And it was fucking red hot, weren't it?
It was. I got my fan on, I think, all night last night.
Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting there and I was just sweating. Well, I went to a meeting last night. I went to a reform.
Oh, at the
store, the new store.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I went and they're all sitting there and they're all giving like a report, these councillors, of what's happened. And anyway, there's this woman here. I don't know how old. I can't. She looks a little bit ageless because. Right. She looks like she could be in her 70s, but she looks good in her 60s. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's looked after herself. She doesn't overdo herself.
Yeah.
You can't judge how old she is, which is good anyway. And in the day, you could see that she was quite an attractive lady. Well, she probably still is now. You know, if I was single, I'd, you know. It's like, June, don't watch these. So anyway. She's talking away, and then they start doing what the report of what they've been doing. And all of a sudden, you hear this bang, and she's fucking passed out. Just
Really?
fucking collapsed on the floor. I thought, hey,
What, because they eat? Or?
yeah. I thought, hey, up, she's had a stroke. She's had the COVID jab, so she's had a stroke. Anyway, she gets up, and like, there's this big bloke there. He's fucking massive, and I say he's carrying a bit of extra weight, and he goes to help her up, and this bloke's got his son with him. And the lad's like, I don't know what, late 20s, early 30s, good-looking youth, rugby player.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's like, the dad says, do you want a hand out? And the other lad says, yeah, do you want a hand out, me dog? And so she was fucking, you get out of the way. She went straight for the younger lad and like hugged onto his arm. It was brilliant. I went, hey, you're in here, mate. So yeah, but it was fucking red hot last night in this pub.
Yeah.
Really, really red hot. So. But
Were there many there?
yeah, packed.
Was it?
Absolutely packed. In the end, it was standing room only because I turned up at 5 to 7, and there was just standing room only.
Well,
So
I'll be honest, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned it in my local pub a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I might try and get down to that
Yeah.
and have a look, but I'll be honest, I forgot.
yeah, so, no wrong with honesty.
No. They all say it's the best policy.
They do, don't they? They do, don't they? Do so. So what you been up to then? It's only Tuesday. What you doing yesterday?
No, not a lot. Sorting my workshop out.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally doing that. Went and nipped to Aldi, did a bit of food shopping,
Yeah.
and then called in for a pint.
What did you get from Aldi?
Not a lot, to be honest,
No.
because I knew I was going for a pint, so I didn't want to sort of get anything frozen or meat-wise that were going to be, you know, sitting about for a while.
I bet you still ain't tried one of those Morrison's.
I ain't been up Morrison's for, I bet it's 2 months.
Well, I tell you what, I've just been Morrison's, and I walked by that thing, and I thought, shall I get Bren one? And then I thought, but I don't know what he like. He might not like spicy chicken. You might not like peppers. You might not like onion. It's like you just cram it all in.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like
It's a weird one. You need to do them for yourself.
Yeah,
don't
you
really?
do.
Yeah.
Well, I can do gingers.
Because you know what you like.
Yeah, because I know what she likes and all that. And apart from that, I like to give her a certain food that she's never tried before. So you try and open her mind a bit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, she fucking weird kids are, aren't they? Especially
They are if you don't get them trying different stuff from an early age, I think.
Fucking hell. Because sometimes I'll look at Ginger and she'll do something. I'll say, you ain't mine. There's no fucking way you're mine. You take after your mum. But she has got a lot of mother's traits in her there. You see,
Yeah.
you know, it's like she don't like the fat on the pork chop.
Oh, best bit if it's
It
done
fucking
crispy. If
is.
it's done crispy, yeah, yeah. See, like lamb fat. Best bit of a lamb chop
Yeah.
for me is the fat, but I like to do them crispy.
Yeah, it's got to be crispy. You're right. It's got to be crispy, but the fat's the best bit.
Yeah, it's got more flavour. But you see, again, as a kid, I never used to eat fat. But I will now. I still cut if there's a lot, say, on a slice of ham.
Yeah.
I'll cut the majority off. But at
Yeah.
one time, I'd cut every tiny last little bit off.
Yeah.
But you know, if there's a big white ring
Yeah.
of fat around it, I will cut that.
We'll
off.
throw that at the dog.
Yeah,
That kind of thing. But I don't know. Sometimes I just like the fat as well on the thing. It's like the bacon. It's like crispy
the
bacon.
best bit. The
I
best
love
bit.
it.
But as long as again, if it's crispy,
Yeah.
you know, it's great. It's got more flavour than anything.
That's what I don't like. You know when you stop off at these little calf things and they give you a bacon and egg cob and it's like you get the bacon and it's not.
Yeah, it's
not
nothing
cooked.
worse than snotty
Yeah.
bacon. Looks like they've draped it over a radiator for
Yeah.
5 minutes. Yeah.
It's like when I do a McDonald's review and they get the bacon, don't they? And it's like you pull the bacon out and I says it looks like an old man's foreskin. It really does. And I know now because I'm an old man. My foreskin might look like that fucking thing, don't it? It's nothing like when you used to be a younger person,
No,
is it?
no.
Hey, I just used to say like back in the day, your knob would hang lower than your bollocks, and now it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah,
Your bollocks
yeah.
hang lower than your knob.
Yeah.
So
Allegedly.
allegedly. Download them the other week, weren't it? Last week.
Last week, yes, it was. I didn't go. I've never been. I used to go on it
yeah.
with the old Monsters.
Yeah,
and Rock,
well,
but I've never been since.
What have they
it was
done then? They
downloaded.
changed it. You know, like Monsters of Rock was like Aussie and AC/DC and.
Yeah, it was, and the original Monsters Rock. It was only one day. It was only the Saturday. Yeah. And obviously now it's a week of about 4 days now. I think they start letting you in on the Wednesday. I think.
Yeah.
Now, is it Wednesday or the Thursday?
I think so.
which is a good thing because it cuts down on the traffic congestion.
Yes, it does.
We started doing it at Glastonbury one year. It was a World Cup year, I can't remember what year, but England had got a really big match on the Wednesday. So they decided to open the gates for Glastonbury 2 days early and put big screens up where the pyramid is and let everybody in so they could watch the England match.
Yeah, it's more revenue.
And plus, but then they realised it cut the traffic congestion down so much, it was amazing. So they carried on doing it every year.
It does make sense. It does make sense, because all these fuckers that go to Glastonbury, the old white middle class, save the world and all that, and they all turn up in the fucking Range Rovers and stuff.
The majority, yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They want to save the planet, yet they're all sitting there with the cars ticking over in congestion, ain't they?
Yeah.
So it does make sense to actually have an extra day. Yeah. Yeah, but we heard them Sunday night, last night, came out, watered the plants and stuff. And you could hear it. You could hear the old drummer going.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything from my house. I used to when I lived in Shepshed. Used to hear it, but I can't hear anything where I am now.
No, we heard it because, like, even June says, "Fucking hell, you can hear that tonight, can't you?" Yet you couldn't hear it Saturday night. So the wind must have been blowing in the wrong direction.
We were seriously talking about going just on a day ticket on Friday.
Yeah.
Because a band called Green Day.
Not the Venga Boys.
No, not the Venga Boys.
Apparently they fucking packed out.
You're joking. They had the Venga Boys.
They had the Venga Boys there, and apparently.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And apparently it was brilliant, and everybody were watching the Venga Boys.
I can't believe it. At Download.
Yeah. They reckon it was brilliant. They reckon the crowd were going absolutely fucking mad.
I can believe it. Yeah, because the majority of people go to a festival for a good time, and they're up for a good time, and they're not, they ain't really cared about what they look like or acting daft or whatever. It's, it's festival atmosphere. And I think that's pretty much true right across the board with festivals. No
it is now. It don't seem to be like they used to be, is it? It seems like they've just all changed a bit now. So, well, you'd know. I mean, you've done Glastonbury how many years?
Either 18 or 19.
Yeah, and I bet you've noticed the change.
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
And the same at Beautiful Days. I did 18 Beautiful Days festivals for the Levellers. That purely because it's run by the Levellers, who have always pretty much stayed true to their beliefs.
Yeah.
Because they were New Age travellers, and they've always kind of stayed true to their beliefs. So Beautiful Days really isn't commercial. And they've kept it that, but I've seen Glastonbury over the years get more and more and more commercial, and more corporate.
It is. It is.
With the glamping fields and the to get a ticket for Glastonbury, it's a lottery. I think 4 years ago there was something like 250,000 tickets available for punters.
Yeah.
And there were 6 million people worldwide applied for tickets.
Fucking mad,
6 million.
Yeah.
And it's a lottery.
It is.
Basically, your name goes into an hat, and it's poured out, and it's a lottery as to whether you get one or not.
Yeah.
Having said that, if you want to book one of these yurts that you turn up and they're already fitted out with beds and everything like that, you're pretty much guaranteed a ticket.
It seems,
if you've got the money.
Yeah, it seems that though these events, these festivals, they're losing the DNA of what it should be.
I think it's since Michael stepped down, Michael Eavis, and his daughter Emily. She basically runs it now with a massive team that work all year round. You know what I mean? It's such a huge project to put it on. They literally have a week off from when Glastonbury finishes. They have a week off, and then they start planning the following years.
Yeah.
They'll be all right this year. It's fallow. Next year's a fallow year. There's not going to be a Glastonbury next year. It's normally about every 4 years they have a fallow year to let
it's like a leap year, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's to get the ground back to let the ground get back to some normality. And then odd times you get things like, it should have been a Glastonbury the year of the Olympics, when we had the Olympics in London.
Yeah.
And as daft as it sounds, there weren't enough portaloos. So we ended up cancelling Glastonbury that year and having a fallow year because, not the only reason, but partially policing.
Yeah.
And portaloos. They would, because they wanted them for the Olympics in London, and we wanted them for Glastonbury, and it's not worth a company buying any new ones, because then it's
got
virtually
surpluses,
impossible that two events as big as those two are going to happen at the same time ever again. So it weren't worth the companies buying anymore, or because where do you store them? And
can't you just shit in a hole?
A lot of them are. A lot of them are what they call long drop toilets.
Yeah.
So basically it is a big hole that's dug and you shit in an hole.
Get one of massive
and the
drill
composter toilets as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, just get a massive drill.
But you can't have it straight into the land because it poisons the land. So basically they bury big plastic tanks.
Especially.
And then them big plastic tanks are dug up and took away and emptied.
Especially with all the fucking drugs in everybody's system.
Oh, I wouldn't know, Dave.
No, I wouldn't know either. Dave. I wouldn't know. Just start this off again. Oh.
Yeah, those long drop toilets are by far the best. They don't smell.
Yeah.
We have big ton bags of sawdust. And the idea is you take a cup of sawdust in the toilet with you, do your business, sprinkle the sawdust on top of it, and so that the next person isn't looking at it.
It's wood, isn't it? So I suppose it goes back into the ground.
And it does, and then so that it's all in big massive plastic tubs, and then that gets took away and emptied, and
So shit can make you money.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of blokes drive around here in these little vans, and they've got the big tankers on the back.
Yeah.
Like the toilet stuff, and it's like... Well, funny enough, Bren, I had a house, the little cottage. Right. Did you go down there? Did you have a look?
Oh, I never went in, but I did see it from the outside.
Well, they had got an outside toilet. Now, I've done the video on it. It's Can I Save a Cottage? Or the cottage, the project or something. Well, I sold it because it was a bag of shit. I couldn't fucking do anything with it. And at the back, they got a toilet that was just basically a board and a bucket underneath.
Yeah.
And up until, excuse me, 1973 or 1974, something like that, around the early to mid 70s, there was a bloke coming round and collecting your shit.
Well, going right back in time, they used to come and collect your piss, and you got paid for it.
Yes,
well, they used to use it for tanning the leather.
Exactly. Yeah, I've seen that program as well.
And did you know that if you were poor, you had to sell your piss to make money. If you were really poor, you couldn't do that because you hadn't got a pot to piss in, and that's where the saying comes from. If you were that poor, you hadn't even got a pot that you could piss in to sell your piss.
Well, there you go.
And
you see,
every day's a school day.
Beers from the Air Raid Shelter isn't just entertainment; it's just educational as well. Or is that like you taking the piss?
Yeah. Same thing. He's taking the piss.
Yeah.
I think that one comes from.
Maureen, he's taking the piss, me love.
Make sure he pays you.
Ah. Spend a penny. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Though it's there's a lot of money in sewage and stuff. As these big water companies know, because they just pump it into the fucking rivers.
Well, yeah, and keep putting the prices up,
and then put the prices up. So
yes.
Oh, just I don't want to go political because I don't really want to keep. I don't want to make these political. I like the way we just ramble about fucking stuff. But I've just seen on the internet Donald Trump and Keir Starmer, right, and they've signed this deal. And anyway, Donald Trump holds this folder up with all the paperwork they've just signed, and all the paperwork falls out, right? And fucking Starmer's there on his knees picking it all up. And like Donald Trump's like looking at him thinking, you stupid fucking bitch.
So he's on his knees in front of Trump.
His knees, yeah.
There ain't going to be any memes made from that, is there? No, not at all. Not at all.
It did make me laugh. And like Donald Trump's like just looking at him as I say, I ain't fucking picking that
up. You can guarantee that there's going to be a meme with Trump saying, while you're down there.
While you're down there. Oh, I thought it was Lord Ali. Oh, fucking hell. What you got for dinner tonight, mate, then? You know.
I really ain't got a clue. Well, I was going to say I ain't got a clue. I have got a bit of a rough idea. I cooked, I boiled a joint of gammon.
Oh, lovely. Do you cook it in Coke? I don't mean the drugs.
No, I've Never tried it, but I've heard about it.
We've
and
done
it's
it a
supposed to be
few
really
times.
good. It's supposed to be
Really
good.
fucking
no,
good.
I've never tried it.
Soak it in water first, get
Yeah.
all the salt out, then buy like a 2 litre bottle of Coke, Sainsbury's or not Sainsbury's, well, whoever you put a fucking shop with, and cook it in that.
Yeah, I've heard it's supposed to be really
banging.
good, isn't it? Yeah, I've never tried it.
Yeah, so
I
you got that,
should.
you got gammon.
And I did it the other day, and it could really do with eating up. So I'm thinking gammon, egg, and chips.
That sounds good.
Like ham, egg, and chips.
Yeah, that's.
I've not had it for ages.
No.
And I'd run out of Branston pickle, and I did buy some yesterday. So ham, egg, chips with a big dollop of Branston
Don't
pickle.
you hate it that when you think, oh, I'll go and get the pickled onion, I'll go and get the salad cream, I'll just go and get that, and then you think, Ginge, you fucking ate all the pickled onions, you fucking ginger twat.
I have got a jar of pickled onions that your sister bought me at Christmas. She always buys me a jar of pickled onions at Christmas. We're a bit weird.
What, the hot and spicy ones?
They're ass blasters.
Oh, yeah.
They're called ass blasters, and she bought me another jar that were called fart starters. And I think they're from that.
Gates.
Is it Snuffling Pig or something like
Oh,
that?
yeah, they do some good stuff. I've had some stuff on that.
Something cheese or something.
Yeah.
Some of these internet companies.
Yeah.
I think they do a lot of cheeses as well. It's mainly cheese that they do.
Yeah, they're good,
I don't
they
think
are.
it is the Snuffling Pig. Can't think what they're called. But yeah, she gets something from there.
I had a video. Somebody sent me a cheese wheel to review once for Christmas, and that was fucking amazing. These,
I do like cheese.
yeah, these little internet companies,
Yeah.
and that they really do a good job. Some of them, don't
yeah.
they? They're fucking amazing.
Yeah, I do like a good cheese. I don't like blue cheese. But
Do you?
No.
Really?
Every now and again I'll try it again just to see if my palate's changed, because it does over the years. But no, no.
Oh,
I like a
fucking
really strong, extra mature cheddar.
Yeah.
So,
You
it's
don't
just...
like blue?
No, it's weird. I should. I feel like I should like it.
Yeah. Have you tried the what's it called? And I hate this because it's French. Summit Grandeur. Oh fucking hell! It comes in a little triangle, and it's in silver, the foil cellophane wrap,
No.
and it's brilliant. It's a blue cream cheese, and you just it's amazing.
See, I don't like a lot of French cheeses.
No.
Something like a baked camembert.
Yeah.
And I'll bake it and spread it on some nice crusty bread or something like that. Very nice. But no, I don't know. I don't think their cheese has got the flavour.
No. No, it hasn't. You're dead right.
And a lot of and it can be a bit rubbery, the texture.
Yeah, but this is why it's like a creamy cheese. This one, and it ain't. I like it. It's good, but I love cheeses. I absolutely love them. They are good.
And I'm not into cheese with fruit in.
No,
Like
weird.
Wednesday there with cranberries.
An apricot.
Karen loves it.
What the fuck are you
I
on?
bought some at Christmas with
Karen.
What
What are you doing
pineapple.
eating cheese? But that's what you do, don't
She
you?
asked me the other day, where did you get that cheese from at Christmas with the pineapple in it? And I said, I ain't got a clue.
See, pineapple's the devil's fruit.
Yeah. But, and I couldn't remember where I got it from, because she loved that. But, no.
What did we have with cheese the other day? Christmas cake.
I've heard a lot of people say that, and I've never tried it.
Yeah. It's weird.
Fruit cake with cheese.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, but yeah.
If you get the good cheese, if you get the good cake with the port in it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all the not port, rum and all that, it really brings out the cheese.
Karen and her mum always make a Christmas cake at Christmas. And it's the nicest Christmas
It's the
cake
best time to make it, mate.
It is, well, they have to start making it way before Christmas,
Yeah, they
to
do.
be honest. But
Yeah.
but she feeds it every week with brandy.
Yeah, Mrs. Moore used to love. Apparently,
Yeah.
she used to make Dennis one, and he said it was the best Christmas cake
Yeah,
he ever
these
had.
that Karen's mum, they used to make it from scratch. Literally from scratch. But now,
Yeah.
the last couple of years, they've bought a packet mix from a company called Ringtons, who come round door to door. They're famous for the tea. They sell tea and coffee.
Oh yeah,
But they do biscuits and cakes, and their ginger cake's lovely.
right.
I wouldn't say it's expensive, but it's more than you're going to pay in a shop. But then again, they're delivering it to your door. And they
Yeah.
buy this Ringtons Christmas cake mix. You
Yeah.
basically
And it's
add
not
the
bulk
liquids
made
to it.
either, is
yeah,
it? It's,
yeah.
you know.
But it's really, really good.
Yeah,
you
right.
add the eggs and the liquid and
Yeah.
and everything.
Auntie
like
Sue
that,
used to
but-
make her Christmas cakes and all, and they were really good.
Yeah,
Somebody who's visually impaired,
yeah.
Auntie Sue was a fucking good cake maker.
Mm.
Really, really good. She used to make the Christmas cake, and Oh, it used to be banging on, banging. Hey Sue, weren't it? Yeah, if you hear that, Sue.
That must be where your sister gets it from, because your sister makes amazing cake.
No.
Really?
Wrong DNA, mate.
Oh.
Uncle
right.
Steve was the...
Oh, of course,
Sue,
yes,
yeah.
of course he was, yeah, yeah.
I don't think Steve could make
Steve,
cakes.
isn't it? No.
Yeah.
He played the drums.
He did play the drums,
And
yeah.
the keyboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did, yeah. He was like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, which is great.
Only he didn't play the harmonica. Oh, I don't think he did. I think he did play.
He probably did.
He probably did, yeah.
If he could play keyboards, he'd have been able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, your sister makes amazing cakes.
yeah.
Really, really.
I think
good
that's from my
cakes.
Granny Moore. Mind you, my Granny Dora, she was a good cook and all. My mum's mum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, your sister's cakes are always really, really good.
Yeah. Well, she ought to. She fucking practiced them enough. Didn't she? Fucking in a penny baking fucking fairy cakes. Right, we're going to try these Wonderwalls. Or do you want to do the cider first?
No, let's stick with this, because I think this is a lager.
Yeah.
Now, this, I just happened to see it in Aldi yesterday. I'd heard on the radio that Aldi had done a very, very limited edition champagne called Champagne Supernova.
Right, that's the thumbnail.
And they've done this Champagne Supernova, obviously, because of the Oasis reunion gig. But it's only available for a very short time in one Aldi supermarket in the whole of the world, and that's apparently the nearest Aldi to where the Gallagher brothers used to live or grew up. So you've got no chance of getting one unless you're from over Manchester way.
Manchester.
And I thought it would have been really worth getting a bottle if you could, because it's going to be worth some money in a few years to come.
Yeah.
But this, I went in Aldi yesterday and they've got this limited edition Wonderwall Premium Lager. Again, in the Oasis range. So I just thought
So it's Sunlit Mines. It's 440 millilitres. Wonderwall, right, Sunlit Mines, limited edition Wonderwall Premium Lager. We'll fucking decide that, Bren.
yes.
So what we'll do is I'll read this out, I'll go and rinse the glasses out, and then we'll start off again, but I'll read this out. Wonderwall is a beer for the times. A light and refreshing, well-crafted lager, pouring a pale golden colour. Easy drinking, clean and crisp. Be cool, store cool, drink fresh. It's got barley, hops, yeast, allergens in bold, whatever. Suitable for vegans. So if you're a vegan and you don't want fish eyes in your beer, you're away. That's what they're using it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, to filter it out, innit? Excuse me, that fucking thing's gassy, innit? Hello, sunlitmines.uk. I'm trying to find out. Is that the brewery then? Sunlit
I'm guessing,
Mines?
yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks a little bit Brewdog.
I hope it doesn't taste it, because I've never found a product yet that Brewdog do that I like.
Well,
to be
my mate
honest.
Scott, Scott reviews things, and Scott and Wonder, he used to drink Brewdog when it first came out.
Right.
Punk IPA. And he says that Punk IPA now is nothing like what it was. They've basically taken the recipe, threw it around in a fucking tin can, and that's it. He says
Right.
they've changed it all completely. So what we'll do, I'll go and rinse these glasses out, I'll turn you lot back on, and we'll try this. And we're back. So the glasses have been rinsed out. You've just said though, didn't you, Brad?
Yeah, we were on about Brewdog, and there's a pub that when the four of us, me,
Yeah.
my missus, your sister and husband, when we go out a lot, and we like to have days in Nottingham. We love Nottingham, there's some great pubs there, and we have a really good time. And there's one pub that we really like to go in, and it's called the Pit and Pendulum, and it's done out like a horror pub.
Ooh.
Got a gothic horror pub.
Nice,
I think
yeah.
it's a chain. I think there's about 6 of them throughout
Yeah.
the UK. Been there for years, but really, for if you like gothic horror and stuff like that, it's really good. Oh,
Bit like Whitby in a pub.
pretty much. It is Whitby in a pub. They're always showing like Nosferatu, the old black and
All
white
right, yeah.
on the tellies.
They're
and
good,
stuff
they
like
are.
that,
Yeah.
But it's all the only bitter that they've got is Elvis juice.
Yeah.
And it's awful. It tastes like lemon juice. It tastes more lemony than
no
beer.
wonder Elvis died.
Oh, God.
I wonder if that's what they did. I wonder if when he died, they put him in a big press. Well,
did he die?
Well, yeah.
Or is Bob Joyce really Elvis?
Who the fuck's Bob Joyce?
Right, you need to Google this one. You need to Google this one if you want a bit of a conspiracy theory. There's a pastor in America
Did you see what I did there?
Oh, yeah. David has left the building. Thank you and good night. Yeah, there's a pastor in America called Bob Joyce.
Yeah.
The similarities
Really?
are unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. They're the same age. When he's singing in church, close your eyes, it's Elvis. His two sons, Bob Joyce's two sons, one of them is a professional Elvis impersonator.
Whoa.
He was allegedly...
the fucking battery's going. Yeah, go on.
He was allegedly at Lisa Marie's funeral. He's been seen through the windows of Graceland, this Bob Joyce. Sometimes he denies being Elvis, and other times he's very... and he said it'll all come out when I die.
A bit like David Jason.
Yes, well, yeah, most definitely. But yeah, Bob Joyce keeps saying it'll all come out when I die. And Bob Joyce is married to Elvis's ex-girlfriend.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. There's loads and loads on the internet. I'm very surprised you've not come across it.
Oh, no, I've not, no.
Yeah, Bob Joyce, mate. Have a look at Bob Joyce, and even down to silly things like Elvis has got a really crooked little finger. Bob Joyce's is exactly the same. Honestly,
is Bob Joyce still alive?
He's still alive. He's still alive.
How old is he?
He's getting on. Well,
when was he born? 42. Elvis. Right, got a new battery.
Anyway.
Yeah, because I like a conspiracy.
Oh yeah, I never used to, but I do now.
Yeah, I like a conspiracy. They are. It makes you think, doesn't it?
So what's with the paisley pattern then?
Well, Oasis are very Beatles.
Bit flower powery, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Beatles
a bit
rip off. I mean, Beatles tributey, but
yeah,
limited edition. So seeing as this is Oasis beer, are we and you going to fall out after we've drank it? never speak again until we do a reunion.
Kid.
When we both need some money.
Yeah.
This looks very pale.
Yeah, it does say that though on the tin though, doesn't it? It's got a good 2-finger head. Yeah, pouring and pale golden colour, which it is. So they're actually being honest there, aren't they?
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's not that pale, is it? I've seen paler.
It's ambery.
It is, isn't
I'd
it?
say that's amber. I mean, I've seen so-called bitters that colour. You know, these light amber.
Double diamond.
Yeah, that fake double diamond that you bought.
Yeah.
An amber ale doesn't look too gassy to me, which I'm liking the looks of. Cheers, brother. Good help.
Cheers, cocker. Let's go for it.
Quite a bit of a...
Don't taste like a lager really. It does taste more a bit watery, or
It's not got a lot of taste at all. That's not,
no.
is it? For saying that's supposedly premium. What is it? 4%?
Yeah.
I mean, 4%'s not really strong for a premium.
Well, that's the tax thing, isn't it, that we were on about last week?
Yeah. You know, when you think what your Stellas were and you know what I'd class as premium lagers, that is a bit wishy-washy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's...
That reminds me more of these...
Yeah, the 4% one of these.
These little stubbies that we started off back in the day when we first
Back
started.
in day.
Back in day.
Back in the air, back at table, back in air raid shelter. Yeah. It's lacking. How much were it, dude?
£5 something, about £5.30 for 4 cans, so neither here nor there.
No.
Just over £1 a can. Well, about £1.30 a can, maybe it worked out at.
You think, right, now, I'm not being funny here. Do you know what? I don't dislike it.
No, I don't. It's just not got a lot of taste.
Yeah, and I would have thought for a company who's coming out on, I don't know who the hell Sunlit Minds is, or the brewery or anything like that. But to come out, you've got a chance here of doing something that's really amazing and catching people's eyes, or their taste buds, or whatever. And you haven't done it. It's a nice lager. I don't dislike it. It's a bit wishy-washy, like you say, but it just don't seem to have that.
No. When we started off with that unfiltered Stella,
Yeah.
that had got the taste hit you straight away.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a good way. This is just,
That's
like you
5%.
say, it's not unpleasant.
And the other thing is, I'm a bit pissed off. Like we were talking about the other day, they don't put so much AVB in it as they could because of the price.
Yeah.
Let the customer pay what they want to pay.
Yeah.
Don't you dictate and decide what me and Bren want to drink. If I want to drink an 8%, I'll drink a fucking 8%, and I'm not bothered about the price. If I want to drink a 4%, I'll drink a 4%.
Yeah.
So do this, Sunlit Minds. Do this as a 5%. Make it fucking think. People go, wow, yeah, that's fucking banging.
Especially as a limited edition.
Limited edition, and you're tying yourself with Oasis.
Well, this is the thing I'm wondering about, and this is what I've been thinking about, because I heard it on the news on Radio 2 about this champagne supernova champagne that Audi are doing.
Yeah.
How have they got away with that?
Yeah.
I mean, nowhere on the packaging on this does it mention Oasis.
Exactly. I was just looking at that then.
It just says Wonderwall, and when people of our generation, if you hear the term Wonderwall, you think Oasis.
Of course you do.
Or Mike Flowers Pops.
Yeah.
If you've actually got taste.
But I quite like that one,
I did, yeah. But nowhere on the packaging does it mention Oasis.
No.
Now,
let's have a look.
I know from experience how funny Oasis are about tying themselves to brands. Purely because I've got a customer of mine, and she's a very good friend as well, who happens to work for Coca-Cola. Now, I'm going to be very careful what I say here, because I can't give too much away, and I don't want to betray her trust. But she works for Coca-Cola, and she used to be in charge of Dr. Pepper.
Right.
For the whole of the UK and the whole of Asia.
Yeah.
Big job. She was in charge of all the promotion. She was like the top person for Dr. Pepper, which is a Coca-Cola brand. She's since left that job and had a promotion for the product Oasis. The
little soft drink.
The drink.
Yeah.
The flat. You know, it's not fizzy. It's not a carbonated drink. And as soon as she told me that, I was doing a bit of work around her house, and she told me this, and I said, "Oh God, I can't believe it." And this was just about the time that Oasis had just announced, the band Oasis had announced their reunion gig. And I said, "Well, there you go." I said, "You got a perfect thing, ain't you? You're now promoting this drink called Oasis. Oasis have just got back together.
Yeah.
You've got to try and get them involved somehow, haven't you?" She said, "We've kind of spoke about it at work."
I was going to say, and
I'm going to stick my neck out there and just throw some figures about, which I know are true. They wanted £5 million
really?
just to sit round a table and talk about it. Not saying they were going to do it. They could walk away and say, "Nah, not interested." £5 million in the back pocket.
fucking hell.
That is the figure that Oasis wanted, just to talk, because Oasis didn't want to be, Oasis the band didn't want to be associated with Coca-Cola, because I think they've said before about, you know, poisoning our kids, getting our kids addicted to sugar, which, hey, all due respect to them, I think that's really good, you know what I mean? And this person who I spoke to, she said to me that they'd probably be more interested in doing a deal with Jack Daniels or somebody like that.
Yeah, because he's grown up.
Yeah.
But you're taking the risk. Kids don't know what they're doing, really, do they?
But yeah, so I do need to speak to her. I've not spoken to her for about a month. I mean, I'd say we are. She's a customer of mine, but we are friends as well.
Yeah. Of course.
And yes, and I did say to her that if you do the deal, don't forget me, and I need some tickets for the gig. But I'm not a massive fan.
I've seen it.
But they're a bit. Well, I think we've spoke about this privately before. I've seen Noel maybe 3 times with the High Flying Birds. I've seen Liam 2 or 3 times solo.
Yeah.
All at Glastonbury, to be honest, because I was there. I'll go and have a look. It don't cost me anything.
No.
I'll just go and have a look, you know. But I've never, because the amount of times they've both been playing there together, and I'm thinking, is this the year? And of course, there's always rumours going around at Glastonbury, because there's always one date, normally on the one slot, normally on the John Peel stage, that is left open. And it's always to be confirmed.
Have they removed that John Peel stage now?
No, it's still there.
Is it? Do you mess about with kids?
No. No. Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
You Google John
I ain't
Peel.
having that.
Well, his wife were only fucking 14 or something when he.
No.
I think, yeah.
Oh.
Oh dear, Brad.
You wrecked my
youth.
I
think he's wrecked a lot of people's youth. Honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to look deeper.
That's why I like Teenage Kicks so much.
Well, it's carved on his gravestone, mate.
Yeah.
It's carved on his gravestone.
Fucking hell.
Oh, you've done me now, Dave, if that's true. Why? Why were they all like that?
I don't fucking know.
You know what, I said, when all this about Savile come out, I said there must be so many pop stars and DJs and celebrities of that era that must be shitting themselves, waiting for a knock on the door.
Here we go, mate. John Peel's name removed from Glastonbury stage.
Fuck me.
Hold on, it's got.
Don't believe it.
John Peel's name removed from Glastonbury stage for 2023 festival following sex abuse allegations. The famous tent has been given the name Woodsies.
See, I've not been for 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, then you get a fucking pop-up.
I retired 3 years ago, so... Oh no, it was still the John Peel stage last time I was there.
Stage amid series of... fuck off, pop-ups. A petition was launched last year urging organisers to give the famous tent a new name after allegations of the disc jockey spoken out, blah blah blah. His first marriage was to a 15-year-old Shirley Ann Milburn in Texas, when where it is legal that age.
Well, Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin, and that was legal.
Yeah.
In America, so...
Again, it's legal to carry a fucking gun and wear a fucking 10-gallon hat.
No wrong with wearing a 10-gallon. No wrong with wearing a cowboy hat.
No, there ain't.
I'm not saying you should marry your cousin, but I've got no wrong with it. No problem with wearing a cowboy hat, as you well know when I'm
No, I know you ain't. That's all good. But yeah, so the John Peel stage has gone, mate.
Well, that probably met all my...
It's like Rolf Harris.
Wristbands. We've said it. Me and you have said it. I loved the song Two Little Boys.
Yeah.
Because the sentiment behind that song about these two kids growing up together, playing on wooden horses, and then they end up both joining the army and fighting on opposite sides.
Yeah.
And, you know, when one of them gets shot and he helps the other one off the battlefield, and, you know, it's a tearjerker. It brings a tear to your eye. Yeah. Now we found out he liked Two Little Boys. Yeah. At the same time.
Right, weren't it? Well, you know that...
Savile... I could see it.
Yeah,
everybody. We all knew.
Anybody with
he was just weird. Even as a kid, I used to watch him on the telly, and I think, I wouldn't want you babysitting me. Yeah. You know what I mean? He was just always weird.
You wouldn't want him babysitting the McCanns.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's probably why they went out.
Hey, should have probably still been there because he wanted to get rid of the cat, wouldn't he? You know what I mean? Bert, yeah. Well, like Gary Glitter, he was another one. He always looked weird. You know what I mean? And I watched this series on telly on Quest Red, I think it is. I can't think what it's called now, but it's like almost like a true crime thing. But they have this professor who can tell if you're lying by looking at you.
Oh, it's like.
And then they have There
was a TV programme with Tim Roth in it called Lie to Me.
Right.
You ever seen that?
No.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. You've got to watch them. Tim Roth, Lie to Me.
This professor is unbelievable, and he's saying, right...
Read your expressions.
Yeah, and he's saying, and he's explaining how he does it, and I'm thinking, Christ, I could never have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
You know, and why isn't he teaching the police?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, and they're normally criminals.
Yeah.
And they also have a woman called Kerry Danes, I think her name is, who's like a profiler. and psychological. She
Yeah.
does the psychological things, and then there's another woman who analyses the way they talk. And she's saying, "Nah, there was a 4-second gap there."
Yeah, because the thinking.
And he's saying her.
Yeah.
Rather than mentioning the name.
Yeah,
So,
if you
know,
speak 'em in
the distance in themselves
Yeah.
from the crime because they're saying her instead of using the name.
What's the other one that you do? You're supposed to... If somebody asks you a question and you say straight away, why, what's up? It means you're lying or you're deceiving.
I can't remember what the series is called now.
There's one called...
But they've done the McCanns.
Yeah.
They've done the McCanns.
Oh, fucking hell. Who hasn't? Who ain't done the McCanns? What's it? Is it glooping or duping or something? There's an expression in your face. Because they reckon there's one, isn't there, where they went... If you ask a question, they went, yeah.
Well, that's what he says. But he's saying it's microscopic.
Yeah.
You get a microscopic head shape.
Yeah.
When you're answering yes, but
Yeah,
you're giving a
but it's just
microscope.
yeah.
And he said it's beyond your consciousness. You don't know you're doing it. You can't stop
Exactly,
yourself
yeah.
from doing it.
Yeah.
And he's so
Because we've
good.
watched the McCanns.
Yeah.
And I don't really care what people think about the McCanns. Yeah. What I think is that they know more than they're letting on. Now, I'm not saying they've killed her on purpose. I'm not saying they've done...
I don't think it was on purpose.
But...
I don't think there was any sexual involvement at all. I don't think it was a sex trafficking ring. Those cadaver dogs that went in, they automatically went and signalled behind the sofa.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this, I think, on the last video or the video before when I said something about behind the sofa.
Yeah.
And I watched this a couple of programmes about it. And I think they'd maybe give her a sleeping pill.
Yeah.
So that
Too much Calpol.
so the kids would go to sleep when they went out for the dinner and they'd gone back to check. And I think she climbed up onto the sofa, a bit drowsy, fell over, banged her head maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know.
I think there's more into it. Have you ever watched the... I hate to say this because I don't like the BBC, but the BBC drama called Cry.
I don't watch
The
TV.
Cry.
No, the only TV I watch is Question Red, really. Just me true crime programmes late at night.
Yeah, I don't watch it. And it was the girl out of Doctor Who, the black-haired girl who played Queen Elizabeth. Is it Gemma? Something?
I don't think I've seen Doctor Who since Tom Baker was
No, there's a lot of people who ain't seen this since Tom Baker. And anyway, what it is, this couple, they go on holiday and the kid dies, and apparently they gave the kid the wrong medication because they were tired, they didn't know what they were doing and all that. And anyway, it turns out in this drama, if you ain't seen it by now, then spoilers, but what they did, they gave the fucking kid medication, got it wrong. The husband blamed the daughter, the husband blamed the wife, so the wife's carrying all the grief and all the guilt and everything. Turns out that it was the dad that had gave her the medication. So then she finds out, and anyway they come back to England one day because they've gone on holiday in Australia or some fucking godforsaken
Portugal.
place. Yeah, it weren't Portugal. So anyway, she comes back and she's driving the car through these long country lanes. She's driving like a complete fucking loon. And as she's driving, presses his seatbelt comes off, and she hits this fucking tree or wall. He goes flying, he's dead. She moves to the place where they've built these houses on this land where they've buried the kid.
Right.
It's good, anyway. But I think there's more to the McCann thing. Like a lot of other people in this country, there's more to the McCann thing than they let on.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's all. It seems funny how it's all come up again at the minute, doesn't it? And how they've opened investigation, because there was a lot of talk about this German paedophile who they thought it was him, and they thought they'd got evidence and whatnot. And I think he is actually doing time. For,
he raped an 87-year-old.
Yeah, and he was a right weirdo.
Yeah. But the thing with that is, I mean, we're going political here, but this is what you talk about in a pub, and this is what you talk about in an air raid shelter. The thing is, they're trying to pin it on him. If he hasn't done it, I don't want him to get the blame.
No, neither do I. I would like him to be castrated and then slowly hung.
Yeah.
For his previous crime.
Or just hung by his bollocks from a lamp post.
Yeah. And then, or let the families. Lock him in a room with the families. Give them a couple of blunt Stanley knives and let them do whatever they want. But, yeah. If
Does Brent know he's left his radio in the bathroom?
Yes. I've left it there for Friday.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I want him to...
Dave bought me a new radio because mine packed up and I've left it in the bathroom for Friday.
Yeah.
Scapegoat comes to mind. The word scapegoat.
It does. It's almost as if they're blaming him so they can fucking end the case.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, it's quite... Obviously the McCanns live fairly close to me. You know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that many few villages away from where I live, and you know you know the area well. So
well, June actually had a house that was a cricket ball thrower from where they lived.
Yeah. But you know, professionals, money.
He's quite qualified in his job, isn't he? He's probably saved more lives. I would say he's probably saved more lives
than he's took.
Yeah, more lives than he's lost.
He only needs to save 2.
I think we said this the other day. Where were we the other day? And I said to her, where have I put my fucking kid? Like I've lost my keys.
I think we were possibly in the pub.
Oh, right.
Or here. We could have been. I think we were sat here actually, mate.
Yeah. Where is she? Where's the keys to me?
And that's when I said, I think you'll find she's behind the settee. Yeah?
Ah, it's all coming back slowly. Yes. It's all coming back to me. Yeah, but Jimmy,
I do like the packaging on it.
Do you know what?
Going back to the beer, I do like the packaging on that.
Yeah, do you know what?
I'm going to save one of those.
Yeah, I actually, when I drank the end of that then, I actually liked it more from the first sip.
I think it's a grower.
Yeah.
The taste, I think it's a grower. I think if we hadn't have had that first, this might have not tasted so weak, you know.
Yeah.
I might take back what I said about it tasting weak. I think it's purely because we had that unfiltered Stella before we tried this. I think that might have swayed us a little bit.
Yeah, that's got more of a taste on the second one.
I think if we'd have started with this, because that unfiltered Stella has got a really good, strong taste to it.
Yeah, it's a proper fucking Belgian lager, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think if we hadn't have had that first and we'd have started on this, I don't think we'd have been so scathing about it, to be honest.
I think you're probably right. I think we've assessed it too quick. I still think it could have been a 5%, and I do still think...
I agree with you, and being a limited edition and associating yourself, whether it be officially or unofficially, with Oasis,
yeah,
I'd have gone to a bit more trouble.
Yeah, I think that.
And I've probably gone to a bit more trouble on the box. I think the can is great.
Yeah.
I think the can is lovely. I think that's really nice design on the can. But the box is a bit...
Yeah.
But I suppose the biggest words on it are Wonderwall, and that's what made me buy it. I bought it purely because the day before I'd heard about this champagne supernova that they're doing.
They've played on words, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, and they've done a good job on it.
And I wonder if they'll get any comebacks from Oasis. I mean, they don't mention Oasis on it, and Oasis can't have copywritten the word Wonderwall. So
no. Where else would you use Wonderwall though?
I'd never heard the term Wonderwall until I heard the song by Oasis.
No.
Champagne Supernova, I had heard before. Because isn't it an astrological or
astronomical? It's something else, isn't it? I
don't know.
Right, let's see what the meaning of Wonderwall. Wonderwall.
So I just automatically think of Mike Flowers Pops. I mean Oasis.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Alright, Wonderwall meaning.
Does it come up?
No, it's Oasis.
Yeah.
It's a song about an imaginary friend.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'd have gone to a bit more trouble on the box for some reason. That just doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It shows the can, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. What am I expecting? I don't know. I do like the cans. I really do like the cans. I might actually call in Aldi and buy another box of that and just tuck it away in a cupboard somewhere and forget about it.
Tuck it away.
Because you never know, that could be worth something in years to come.
Champagne supernova, it don't mean really much anything. It's just a word invented by fucking Noel Gallagher.
Yeah. Right.
So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've got a signed Oasis picture at home, signed by the whole band, with a certificate of authenticity on it. It's a 10b8 promo picture.
All right.
And I was told at the time it was worth about 500 quid, and I kept it. It's hanging on my wall. And I'm not a massive Oasis fan, and I'm seriously thinking like now could be the time to sell it.
Yeah, could be.
I've got so much music memorabilia that I can't display it all. I really can't.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, is now the time to sell it?
Could be, couldn't it? Because you won't get a better chance than now. Because I don't think they'll ever
reform.
Can I
again?
have a rewind? I don't think they'll reform again after this.
No. Reform. You got reform on the main. You got reform on the brain.
I don't think they'll have a Nigel Farage again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I'd give it a go, mate, if you could.
Yeah. It's hanging on my bedroom wall and it's doing nothing. You know, I've got so much music memorabilia.
I know what you mean. I'm the same. It's like it's the old story into it. You go, oh, somebody else will get more joy out of it, and it's like, yeah, fucking. But you're probably right. I mean,
I'd just sell it for the money.
Yeah.
Fuck somebody else having more joy out of it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just thinking I might get. I did it with the banknotes. I collect coins. I've collected coins since I was a kid. And whenever they bring out new banknotes, there's always a big ooh-ah about the serial numbers.
Yeah.
You never think to look at them any other time of the year. You could have a really rare one in your back pocket now.
Yeah.
But it's only when a new banknote comes out that you start checking them. When they first brought the polymer notes in, when the Queen was still alive,
yeah.
Everybody, I mean, you're looking for 0, 0. There's many zeros as you can get.
Yeah, that makes
them worth money. The King gets the first one. The chairman of the Bank of England gets the second one. But I think we mentioned this before. Everybody wanted AK-47s.
Yeah.
And I've got about 8 of them.
Fucking hell.
And they were selling for silly money at the time on eBay.
You mean the pound note, not the fucking,
they're worth a fiver.
not the gun?
No, yeah. Well, I've had them in a previous lifetime. Previous life, David.
Yeah.
Previous life. Decommissioned, of course.
Yeah. Keyring.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, big key rings.
Yeah, big fucking key rings. So.
But yeah, my trouble is I hold on to stuff and I miss
the time.
The peak selling point. Them AK-47 £5 notes now are worth a fiver, I think.
Yeah.
And at one point they were worth like 60, 70, 80, 100 quid. But yeah, I've got about 8 of them, I don't know, and they're worth £5. Yeah. Because I didn't sell them at the time.
Yeah, but they might be worth more in the future. You never know. What goes around comes around, isn't it?
Yeah. But I do check the new. Well, the ones to look for now are coins. They released some pound coins with 2 bumblebees on the front and Prince Charles's head.
That sounds about
the B side.
Fucking right.
Well, all the new coins that are going to be coming out, and I've seen pictures of them. They are going to be coming out. Have all got wildlife on. I think there's a squirrel on the 2p piece. I think there's a dormouse on the 1p piece. They're going to change them all. The 50p piece has got a leaping salmon jumping out of the water. Now they've already been released. They were released 2 years ago. If you can get a 50p piece with a leaping salmon on, they're going for about £100 at the minute on eBay, and they are out there. So check your 50p pieces.
You're all doing it now, ain't you? You're all
seriously. If it's got a leaping salmon on it, the rarest 50p coin at the minute is still Kew Gardens, which is going for I think about £150 to £200, realistically.
Fuck me, this is 2004.
But if you've got a 50p with a leaping salmon on it and Prince Charles's head on, and they are out there, eventually they're all going to be like that, but you need the one with the date on from about 2 to 3 years ago, whenever it was. They're going for about 100 quid. And the pound coins with the bumblebees. I've never seen a leaping salmon. I've seen pictures of them.
Yeah.
I've seen people I follow coin collectors on TikTok and whatnot. They've got them. But the bees, the bumblebee pound coin, Karen managed to find 3 in the till at work.
Really?
Yeah. So she obviously took them out the till, put a pound in, job done. So she got a bumblebee first. And then she got me a bumblebee, and then last week we sat in the pub and said, oh yeah,
Another
and chucked a bumblebee. And I think they're going for about 40 quid, 30 to 40 quid.
Okay, now.
Just for so it really is worth checking change. But a couple of bumblebees on the one side and Prince
Have you ever
Charles.
done that thing where you get all the coins and make the flag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that, folks? If you look at the back of the new coins, there's
The
it's like
the
a
1p, the
jigsaw
2p,
bit,
the
isn't it?
5p, the 10p, the 20p and the 50p.
Yeah.
It makes the royal coat of arms.
Exactly. If you've never done it, do it. It is a little thing to do. Well, like I say, this 50p here has still got the old Royal Britannia on the back. They still in existence.
Yeah. Well, because it's the small 50p. I mean, you'd remember when they were bigger than that. Same as me.
And he got the
hands
that went round the back.
all the way round.
Because I can remember my Uncle Gordon.
I've still got one of them.
My Uncle Gordon was saying 50p, and I was only about
10 bob.
I was only about 5 or 6. I'm thinking, what? And it's got the hands going round it. I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what
Was that the European Union or it was Commonwealth?
Probably, yeah.
Commonwealth. It was the Commonwealth, and each hand represented a member state of the Commonwealth.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been the European Union, because how many hands can you get round a fucking 50p? Oh, no.
I can't remember if it was either the Commonwealth or the European Union. I think it might have been the Commonwealth. You know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one.
What we on? Fucking hell, this is about another hour, this is.
Oh dear. Better drink quicker.
We've got that cider to do. That's only half. That's a bottle of half a cut glass each, isn't it?
Yeah.
So. Well, people are enjoying these, though, isn't there? There's quite a few of.
I think the comments have been really, really good, and I really appreciate that because, I mean, obviously, you guys out there follow Dave, and it almost feels like you've invited me into the fold and welcomed me into the fold with your comments and
With the
everything,
stable.
and I love it.
BVM stable.
And if the guys watching who commented on my beard, if you notice, I've actually trimmed it now, but it just don't grow. That's why I got a bowl patch there. I did reply to your comment, but it just never ever grown there.
Yeah.
Somebody asked why I got a bowl.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
But yeah, genuine. No, it just don't grow there at all. Never has. But yeah, I've had a bit of a trim for the summer. I just need
A trim for the summer.
I just need an haircut now, desperately.
Right, we'll drink this one then, mate. We'll have that Arthur cider. Now I'm going to go and cook her a pizza. It ain't too bad, is it?
It ain't. No, once you get on the second one, it's not. I think I was a bit harsh to start with, to be honest.
I feel a bit guilty about saying that about Wonderwall.
And I think it was because we did that Stella. And
Yeah.
that had got such a full-bodied taste to it
Yeah.
that I think if we'd have had this first, it's not unpleasant still.
No,
It's not.
No, it ain't. It ain't unpleasant.
And that's coming from a non-lager drinker,
Yeah.
so...
Right, let's get this down as. We'll hit the last one. I can find the button. Right then, mate. What I did the other day, I went into I think Simon at Real Ale Craft Beer. He said, Dave, boyo, Dave. Oh, no, Pete, so I said last week that Simon had been sniffing something, right? I didn't mean he was sniffing drugs. I didn't realise. I did
see a comment about that. Yeah,
and I had to put them right.
Yeah,
And I sent a message to Simon that says, Simon, I've not meant you smelling drugs. I meant it's something where some fucking northern twat, well, some cockney twat who moved up north and lives in a flat in Glasgow on his fucking own. He used to go about beer sniffing, and I said it because of that. And Simon knew what I was going on about. And
it was an in-joke, weren't it?
Yeah, it was an in-joke, and people seemed to think that I was slagging him off. I wasn't slagging Simon off. Funny enough, I'd been speaking to him the day before about his kitchen and stuff. So anyway, Simon says, put your hands on your head. That's what he said. Simon says, Dave, go to Morrison's and they're doing 3 drinks for £6 or something like that. So anyway, I bought a couple of ciders, drank them, and I bought this one because it caught my eye. So I thought I'd bring it home, give it a go. But I ain't had a chance to do it. So what I thought we'd do is oh fuck me, it fell through the gap in my bloody table.
What are the odds of that?
The fucking odds. So here's your glass, mate.
Thank you, Dave.
You take some of that. Now it's a brute.
So that's dry, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing it's dry.
It's French then, because brute is French.
A hockey fucking hot.
French is brute for dry.
That means you'll have a black and white striped shirt on, onions round your neck,
of course,
and riding a bike,
and smelling of garlic.
Yeah. At least there'll be no fucking vampires after you.
I could smell that before I even raised it to my mouth. Or nose.
Are you a cider drinker?
I don't mind a cider.
Whoops. Oh, that's got a bit fucking lively. Look at the fucking... No, that is like champagne.
Isn't it? Looks like you've got a supernova in your glass.
Yeah.
That...
Yeah, mate.
That almost smells like brandy.
Does it? It does, doesn't it?
That seriously almost...
Yeah, that's a bit, and then we're away.
You know, we said we're talking about Christmas cake. That smells like Christmas cake. Or am I just weird?
I tell you what, it's got champagne aroma to me.
That smells like Christmas cake to me. I'm getting like brandy or something.
It is, isn't it?
It smells like Christmas cake. That is weird.
The fruit cake, at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's dive in. Let's dive into this.
What else, sir?
And you, cocker. It's dry.
Now that don't taste as appley as I thought it were going to, because it smelt. I'm tasting Christmas cake.
Yeah, it's a dry cider with a rich and full-bodied flavour, crafted from the finest French apples. Once again, they only use the finest. Why don't they use the shittest?
Yeah. You can sell the finest apples.
Yeah.
Use the shit that have fell on the floor that have got maggots in for making your cider.
And crunch them with your feet.
Yeah, yeah.
You froggies. To create our pur jus, we blend our cider following the tried and tested traditions of the northwest of France that date back centuries. The process unlocks intense flavours of ripe apples and earthy fruit. Tannis.
Fruit. Tanniness. Fruit cake.
Naturally gluten-free and vegan friendly.
It just smells like fruit cake.
Yeah, I know
really weird. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, I can smell and taste what you're saying as well, because it does.
Almost like sultanas.
It certainly don't taste like a fucking
It don't
cider,
taste of apples, it tastes of sultanas.
It don't taste like dry blackthorn or fuck all like that.
No. That is like not unpleasantly strange, but strange.
It is strange. Strange is the word. Strange is very much the word.
I like it.
Do you?
I like that. Yeah, I do like that.
I like it. Would you buy it again, Bren? Even though you didn't buy it the first time?
How much is it?
Oh fuck no! Well, it was 3 for £6. I think I might have got it from Tesco's. To be fair.
A bottle. I never buy cider, but to be honest, I possibly, if I was going to buy a cider, I possibly would. Yeah, I possibly would.
That's good then. That is good. See, once again, educational here, trying things differently, and
I like it because it's not too gassy.
No, it ain't gassy.
I don't like gassy. Gassy beers.
It's not gassy at all, is it?
No. There's a little bit of fizz to it, but...
Well, you need a little bit of fizz, unless it's a scrumpy. Then a scrumpy's flat as fuck, isn't it?
Like an old Rosie or something like
an old Rosie,
like proper flat as a witch's.
I like old Rosie, to be fair. She takes it well.
A whole lot of Rosie.
Yeah.
Now I quite like that.
Yeah.
I actually quite like that.
Yeah, it's good. I agree. I don't know whether I'd buy it again, though.
See, the thing is, I would never buy cider.
Exactly.
I would never
And
buy
that's
lager.
it,
I
innit?
would never buy Wonderwall again.
No.
Even though I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm a bitter drinker.
Yeah.
If I'm going to buy beer to drink at home, which I don't drink at home,
Yeah.
but say I've got a barbecue or something and I needed to get some beers in,
Yeah.
or I'm going to a barbecue and I need to take some beers with me, I'm going to buy John Smith's.
Yeah.
Because it's like 15 quid for 18 cans and I know
You're
it's
laughing,
going to
aren't
be
you?
palatable.
Yeah. You're laughing.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be good at a barbecue. It'd be a talking point as well, mate. The old Wonderwall.
Well, my nephew phoned me up. He phoned me up yesterday, and his granddad's got a farm, and he's gave him a field basically, and he's got a camper van that he parks on there, and we go over there every now and again in the summer and get a fire pit going, get really drunk, sat around and we sleep there.
Yeah.
So he's got his camper van, he's got a big caravan there. My mate picks me up and he's got a big Winnebago. He picks me up. We go over and sleep in that. So and we all just get really drunk.
Yeah.
Around the campfire, sing songs, and we're all really into his music.
What it should be.
And nobody's got to drive because we're all staying there, and we just get really drunk. And that'd be one because we're all into music.
Yeah.
I might pick another couple of cases of that up and take it
Just
over
to take it
just
over.
for the music, you know, just for the shits and giggles.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
might do that because they're saying it's limited edition, so I'm guessing when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. That's how he's.
And to be honest, they're all lager drinkers.
Yeah.
So there's
So they'll
only
love
me,
it.
there's only me that's a bitter drinker. So yeah, I might pick another couple of
Yeah.
cases of that up.
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah. You can always take a bottle of that.
I like to take different things.
Yeah, I like to
you know,
try
and it's like I'll take different liqueurs over.
Yeah.
They're like the sambucas and stuff like that. So I always take a bottle of black and
Yeah.
a bottle of white sambuca.
Yeah.
I bought there's this cream liqueur that Audi started doing as a rip off of another one, but it's like an amaretti, but it's a cream liqueur amaretti, and Audi did a rip off bottle of that, and Karen's mum actually bought me a bottle for Christmas, and then we forgot all about it, and I forgot to drink it at Christmas.
Right.
So that's still there, and I'm going to take that over next time. And I like to take different things if I can.
You've got to, this is what it's about.
And it's nice when there's half a dozen of you all
Yeah.
trying it, and you can soon do a bottle. You
Yeah.
know, when there's
Of course
half a
you
dozen
can.
of you, you can soon do a bottle.
Yeah,
you know
this
what I
is
mean?
what it's
So-
about, isn't it? Trying different things.
Well,
And,
Karen bought Audi did. We looked at it, and she said, "This is basically baby Guinness in a bottle."
really?
And Audi did a bottle of this. So, and your sister and Karen and me, we like a baby Guinness,
Yeah.
which is, for anybody who doesn't know, a coffee liqueur, then topped off with Baileys,
Yeah.
in a little shot glass, and it's called baby Guinness because it looks like a miniature
Yeah.
Guinness. And we like them every now and again. We'll have one of them. But yeah, it's basically supposed to taste like baby Guinness in a bottle. And now, so Karen bought a bottle from Aldi. I think it was about £7.
Yeah.
Paying a lot of money.
Which ain't really.
You know,
is it? If you're shopping in Aldi, you're not going to look at the budget.
Yeah, no. So she bought a bottle of that, and to be honest, I've not tried it yet, but she tasted it and reckoned it was shite. And she messaged your sister saying it's shite because Sharon was, "Oh, I'd
Yeah.
like to taste this." No, it's shite.
Yeah.
I'm still yet to try it, so that'll end up going over to my nephews as well.
Yeah, well, let's face it, when you're out having a party and there's like a group of lads just arsing around, you'll all drink anything, won't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. And
Fuck
just
it.
try.
You'll even drink Malibu.
Well, it was like when Audi did. What was that cola flavoured cider.
Oh, fucking
That
hell,
I believe
yeah.
I sent you a can
Yeah.
over. I gave it to your sister
Yeah.
to send to you. I just saw this cola flavoured cider, so I bought a pack of 4, but same size as that,
Yeah.
because it was nothing. It was about
Yeah.
£4. And just when I was playing with the band, I took it to the gig and poured it in some glasses and said, "Right, everybody's got to try this," because a couple of the lads were cider drinkers.
Yeah, because I said you were something about being a drummer and
Yeah,
stuff. wasn't it?
and yes, and I
He's
think
a drummer,
I was-
he's a painter.
I think that was the first time I ever got mentioned in one of your
Yeah.
videos.
He's a
actually,
drummer, he's a
Dave.
painter.
He plays drums like Animal out the Muppets, yeah, which I took as a real big compliment because Animal was my hero.
Ah. Right, mate, we better wrap this up then, because people are fucking be thinking, how long's this going on for?
Yep.
Don't they?
Yes, it was a very unexpected one this week.
It were, weren't it?
We weren't expecting.
Well, we're going
to do
away
it.
next week, so there won't be one next week. So if you're all sitting there thinking, they'll make it up, they'll teasing us along.
No, we weren't. This was a very unexpected.
Yeah, it
one,
were.
so.
If it wasn't for me standing on the tiles and breaking the tiles,
Yeah, I wouldn't have been here
June
today.
threatening to leave me and live in the house that we're renovating.
Yes, I wouldn't have been here today. But I'm glad I was.
Yeah, I am. Well, we'll sort more out, won't we? These.
We will, as long as like I always say,
Yeah.
as long as your viewers want me to join in every now and again, I will.
Well, in the winter we'll have to do one. What we'll do is, as well, we'll do like a Halloween one.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
I do like Halloween.
Well, you don't do it on Halloween. You do it a few days before,
and
don't
then
you? So
post
you can
it
put
for
it out on Halloween.
Yeah.
You could do a firework one. We could have fucking rockets and shit going off.
I could probably get some. I've still got contacts.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, you didn't mean surface to air. Right.
No, I just meant like normal ones,
Yeah, okay.
like standard. What is it?
Standard fireworks. Yeah,
They
the old
still do
standard.
it?
They must be. They've been going for.
Well, the Chinese
got
fucking
to
balls
be,
them out.
got to be going for hundreds of years. Standard fireworks were always the one. They were
were.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, but you'd save your pocket money up.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So you could buy a couple of packs of bangers and some
And
rockets
fire
and
them at
just
some
let
fucker's
them off on the football field. Yeah.
On the recce and then fire them at some fucker's patio.
Yeah, them were the days.
Right, so there you go then, folks. There's another episode of Beers from the Air Raid Shelter. Thank you for watching. And been all right, hasn't it, mate?
I've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
We've had a nice little series out of this, but we will do more, won't we, Brent? We'll.
If you invite me over, Dave, I'm more.
You let me know when you can come over.
I'm always willing.
And
mate.
we'll get the beers in and we'll just sit here talking shit.
Lovely.
Oh,
Sounds
well, it
perfect.
is, don't it? This is what people like. They
Sounds
like people
perfect.
sitting here talking just normal stuff.
And I like to think that the viewers are having a drink with us, and like I say, it's like us all being down the boozer. We're all down the pub together. We're all mates, and we're just having a drink and chilling.
So there you
I
go.
love it. Thank you.
All right, folks, we'll wrap this up. I'm going to go and cook a pizza. What are you having?
I'm going to have ham, egg and chips.
He's
I think,
having ham, egg and chips.
with Branston pickle.
And what are you having? Put your dinner in the comments.
Yeah.
And let us know what you've had. Righto, folks. Laters. Oh, find the button. Oh, where is it?